This is All India Radio Mangaluru. Dear listeners, in today's Talk in English program now, Shashanka Kulamarva, research scholar, Department of Mathematical and Computational Sciences, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, NITK Surathkal, speaks on the topic Mathematics, Multiple Perspectives and Advantages.
Mathematics is a discipline that every one of us requires in our daily life. Without it, the world would be a dangerous place to live. Would the modern world of inventions be the same without mathematics? The answer is a big no. Mathematics has played a big part in shaping the world into its advancements today. Let us begin with a fundamental question. What is mathematics? Even though everyone learns mathematics at school, it is difficult to define exactly what mathematics is. Clearly, numbers, shapes, and equations form a part of it, but only a small part compared to the vast space of mathematical concepts and ideas. The best way to understand mathematics is to do mathematics. Hence, it is interesting to look at some classic definitions of mathematics given by several renowned persons. According to the great Albert Einstein, mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. He compares the ideas coming out of a mathematician's mind to the poetic ideas that come out of a poet's mind and feels that they are one and the same. As per Henri Poincaré, a French mathematician, mathematics is the art of giving the same name to different things. Tobias Dantzig, an American mathematician, comes up with another interesting definition. Mathematics is the supreme judge. From its decisions, there is no appeal. He probably feels that mathematics is the supreme power in the world. Roger Bacon, an English philosopher, aptly says that mathematics is the door and the key to the sciences. All that is correct thinking is mathematics, is a definition by Gregory Moisel, a Romanian mathematician. Mathematics, a field that started with counting, has now become a giant pillar in the world of technology. Despite some similar common definitions, mathematics has multiple perspectives. To begin with, what is mathematics according to a school-going child? It is just a play with numbers, maybe involving fun or not, as per the child's inclination towards this subject. A child knows nothing more than numbers in the subject of mathematics. However, a high school student feels that mathematics is a subject that has many branches in it. To mention a few: arithmetic, geometry, trigonometry, and algebra. These branches deal with some magical things happening with numbers, objects, and shapes, etc. These magical things become clear only to the students who actually go behind hunting it down rather than just get mesmerized by it. Coming to a college student, mathematics is all about problem-solving techniques. Curriculums in colleges come up with some problems that mimic some real-world applications. Students feel that mathematics is a tool that they can use to tackle such problems in their curriculum. For a shopkeeper managing a small shop of his own, mathematics is just a tool to keep track of his expenses and income. He doesn't need to be good at any other fancy things from mathematics. All he needs to know is how to make profit out of the shop that he is running. For a technical student, mathematics is a weapon to fight many real-world problems. The problem posed might be related to any field of engineering. The student feels that the solution to the problem is complete only when he comes up with the mathematical model for it. Usually, the project work concept in technical institutes aims at building these kinds of solution models. For an engineer, mathematics is a way of approaching a new task assigned to him or her. Their goal is to come up with some sequential approach to the task assigned to them. We call this sequential approach an algorithm. Coming up with an algorithm for every problem assigned to them is the main task of an engineer, and that's exactly what he wants from mathematics. For a businessman or an entrepreneur, mathematics stays a little above. He actually uses it to understand what the world needs in the field that he is working in, then collects data to analyze the demand in the market, then concentrates on the required production or the products, and finally delivers the goods or services as per the requirement, keeping his continuous profit in mind all the time. This entire chain of calculations is a child of mathematics. For academicians and researchers from non-mathematical backgrounds, mathematics is a tool that might help them in achieving their research goal or objective. Adding a mathematical model may enhance their solution most of the time. For a mathematical researcher, mathematics is all about their life. They only keep thinking about mathematics for a major part of their life. When they find a tiny ray of hope in their mathematical research, they are the happiest beings on earth. Even though mathematics is different from various perspectives of people, there are some things in common. Mathematics is a way of approaching a problem in any field. Whether it is a child or an engineer, the way of tackling the problem is what constitutes mathematics, even though the problems are completely different. Multiple perspectives on mathematics are existent, but finally lead to a common point, as it should be. Today, we have machines for doing a lot of things that a human can do. The study of this field is what is called artificial intelligence. The entire field of artificial intelligence is about machine learning, which is again a consequence of mathematics. However, majority of the people feel that mathematics is the toughest subject of all, and it is very difficult for a common man to understand it. There are several reasons for this to happen. First and foremost, the way of teaching mathematics at most schools and colleges is inappropriate, according to me. Emphasis is given to remembering rather than actual learning. Because we follow a grading-based education system, people might feel that scoring marks is the priority. But children should be taught to enjoy the learning process rather than just thinking about marks and grades. This enjoyment will actually help them in overcoming the fear of exams and get hold of a subject like mathematics, which requires their common sense to be active and not the remembering ability. In this era of computers, we have several devices to store information and data. But knowing what concept is useful for which scenario requires human touch. Let us look into some advantages of study of mathematics. Mathematics provides an effective way of building mental discipline and encourages logical reasoning and mental rigor. In addition, mathematical knowledge plays a crucial role in understanding the contents of other school subjects such as science, social studies, and even music and art. Solving mathematical problems and improving skills gives our brain a good workout, and it improves our cognitive skills over time. Many studies have shown that routinely practicing mathematics keeps our brains healthy and functioning well. Mathematics can be helpful for balancing your budget because you will have a good understanding of how to make sure that your costs are less than the money that you have. Balancing one's bank account, for example, is an important life skill that requires mathematics. People who know mathematics are therefore less likely to be in debt because they actually know how much money they have and how much money they are spending. Obviously, mathematicians and scientists rely on mathematical principle to do most basic aspects of their work. While scientific careers knowingly involve mathematics, they are not the only careers to do so. Even operating a cash register requires that one understands basic arithmetic. People working in a factory must be able to do mental arithmetic to keep track of parts on the assembly line and must in some cases manipulate fabrication software utilizing geometric principles such as the dimensions of a part in order to build their products. Interestingly, any job requires mathematics because you must know how to interpret your payslip or paycheck and balance your budget. A strong understanding of mathematical concepts means more than just numbers. It helps us see the pathways to a solution. The problems need to be examined before determining the best method for solving them. And in many cases, there is more than one way to get the right answer. It is no surprise that logical reasoning and analytical thinking improve alongside mathematical skills. Practicing mathematics has been shown to improve investigative skills, resourcefulness, and creativity. This is because mathematical problems often require us to change our thinking and approach problems in more than one way. The first approach we try might not work. We need flexibility and creativity to think of new pathways to the solution. And just like anything else, this way of thinking is strengthened with practice. There are many careers that use a large number of mathematical concepts. For example, architects, accountants, and scientists. There are many other professions that use mathematical skills every day just to complete their jobs. CEOs use mathematics to analyze financials. Postmen use it to calculate how long it will take them to travel on a new route. Graphic designers use mathematics to figure out the appropriate scale and proportions in their design. No matter what career path you choose, mathematical skills will be beneficial. One last importance of mathematics that I am going to quote is that the more mathematical we are in our approach, the more successful we will be. Mathematics offers rationality to our thoughts. It is a tool in our hands to make our life simpler and easier. Let us realize and appreciate the beauty of the subject and embrace it with all our hearts. In conclusion, I would like to quote the words of Alvin Toffler, an American writer. The illiterates of 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but rather those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Most of the times, we have to unlearn some things that we know to learn some new interesting things. Thank you.
Dear listeners, you have just heard Shashanka Kulamarva speaking on the topic Mathematics, Multiple Perspectives and Advantages. This talk came to you from the studios of All India Radio Mangaluru.